You can wait for you there, Lisa. Yep, we'll come back in. Okay, can you see our screen, Lisa?
Yeah, so how will you talk in the sense? I'm going to go phone or send it there, I'll just go computer.
Yeah.
Because the office where it's on.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, what's it say?
So there's two ways to dial. Obviously, you can use the computer if your computer speaks fast enough, or numbers that you can use.
Okay.
Yeah, like this software has, I think, something like 600 numbers locally around the world.
Yep.
So it just depends on where you are. So it's designed for people on the road.
Yes.
And so we use this software in conjunction with this one, which is the new addition, I suppose. So this is the this is called a virtual platform. It's called Vivella. And what it is it replaces, I suppose, some of the social elements in a real estate agency. So it's a virtual office, and people, you can literally see people walk around, and I don't know if you can see this, Lisa.
Yes, okay.
You can see me walking around, and yeah, and there's a support thing here, and there's a training session. Yeah, and there's different offices people can use, and people log on, and they basically have little avatars running around. Yes.
It's like real estate, made fun.
Yeah. So basically people people can then obviously socialize and talk about stuff, and it's all via the internet. We also have a boardroom which we hold meetings in. So this is just an example. Just an example, and obviously and ask a question if I wanted to. It's pretty cool. So I could do a dance. That yeah, a whole bunch of things. So that's the idea. That's the idea. So that's the first thing. So we'll go through more of that training a bit later. But just to show we have this software that gives us a bit of a social element to real estate. Don't forget, you do have also access to the Coffee Club card and also the Regis network as well. So I'm going to close this now so I can get faster. Let's start from the top. So the Google Suite, that should be all set up. I think Gail has an email. Do you have an email? Is it set up here for you, Lisa?
I think the only one I've received so far was the RealWorks one. No, I don't think I did.
Right. Okay. So we need to set that up for you. So, so I think it's. So I wasn't sure whether you guys wanted Lisa or the H2O or something or other. But people can have company email addresses as well. So you can use your own or you can use ours. So ours is something at oxbridge.com.au.
Well, we've already got our Hunter ones. Is that going to be a problem? We just use those?
No, 100%.
Too many boxes.
100%. Yeah, no, we actually set up an email address for Gail at oxbridge.com.au, but I think she never logged in. So I imagine you probably want to use just your existing email address.
Yes, because we've already got obviously our other one with the developer in that as well, so it does get a little bit.
Okay, right. So what we'll do is we'll make a note of that. We'll start sending all the emails to your own email address. And I think your profile already has H2O property as a brand.
Yeah, I googled myself yesterday.
It came up? Good stuff.
Yeah, so Gail is going to join us now, so apparently she's logging in now.
Oh, cool. No, not a, oh, so I should call her? No problem. Yeah. I will do that now.
Yeah, she's just on another call.
No problems at all. Hi.
Hello, this is Gail.
Hi, Gail. How are you? It's Paul here.
You there?
Yes. Hi, Gail. It's Paul here. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Somebody phoned to.
That's okay. That's our life. I understand perfectly. Are you able to log onto the internet?
Yes.
Join.me?
Just a second getting my laptop doesn't go to slide. And just give me 2 seconds and I will do that.
Not a problem. Take your time.
And I'll
Yeah, take your time. Yeah.
So I need to go to the phone as well as the laptop?
Yep. Usually, depending on internet connection, usually people just have the internet and the voice does quite well. But yeah, but the software does allow you to dial in from pretty much anywhere around the world locally. So. Whilst you're doing that, I'm gonna just quickly pull this up again for Gail's benefit. Yeah. Yeah, just put put your first name. Beautiful. Okay, welcome.
Yes.
Do you see the screen?
Yep.
Fantastic. Good. So this is Join.me. This is one of our software that we use for video conferencing. There is also a camera option, so I don't have that enabled today, but a lot of the times I can enable this option, and people can see into our conference room. So we do have a training session, for example, tomorrow at 10 o'clock. With I suppose. Yes, tomorrow at 10. I don't know if you've seen the emails come through, but it's with a few bunch of people. There's a guy called Matt LaHood, who's the.
I think we did read that when we were at RIQ training yesterday.
Right. That you're more than welcome to come tomorrow. It's a free luncheon kind of thing, bit of a social networking. But the background of that is basically.
Yeah, no, we can't. Yes,
that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So just to give you an example, we will then be broadcasting that meeting using the software, so people can see it across the country.
Yes.
So first of all, welcome to the team. Yeah. So every now and then I do an onboarding session for you guys. Given you've got so much experience, I will go through a few things today. So I was just going through this with Lisa. This is the onboarding platform. We have another software actually, Gail, and this is the Bella Oxbridge virtual platform. And what this is basically you can download this. It's all free for you guys. You can log in, use your computer to basically talk to other people in the team. So this is Sydney. Sydney is with me at the office at the moment. So we can walk around. You know, we can. So if you want support, you can then talk to support, and everything is done virtually. So what we do have here is a headset. and it's plugged into the microphone, so I can literally have a conversation virtually with Sydney. So we also have training sessions as well as a training room. And so basically it's a bit of like a social experience for people, because obviously we can have the physical offices, but we do have a hybrid kind of model. We do have the coffee clubs, we do have the Regis network, but we do also have this. So this is where we hold a lot of the meetings as well. So you can see me walking around. You know, I can walk in. This is our boardroom. So we have a meeting. You know, and then it's all. Like you for your clients, and you can upload, you can go through a presentation, YouTube video, whatever you want, and so people can use that. So that's the first thing. So
the millennials will love that.
Yes, but believe it or not, a lot of people actually use this. The average age is probably 40 to 60. The people that use this, so it's pretty cool. It's a cool software.
I just bought a new car purely for the technology.
Right. Yeah. No. Obviously.
I like technology.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. So this is more of a social element to it. And I was telling Lisa, you can do a bunch of things. You can put up your hand. You know, you could you know, do a dance. You could do a samba, for example. You could, you know. Yeah, it replaces the office, so people can actually talk to each other across the world. So that's the first thing, and then there's instructions how to set it up here. So I'm going to close this because this uses a lot of resources on my computer. The second thing is the Google. We're just actually picking this up with Lisa. Apparently you have your own email addresses now. Is that correct? You have your own H2O email address?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I think we did send you an invite for our email address. I don't know if you took it up.
To be honest, like we were all day yesterday in this training session.
Yeah.
We haven't got to really attend to any of those. I did think out of bridge or something.
Yeah. Again, it's entirely optional whether you use it or not. You by default, what happens when people join us is you get an Oxbridge email address.
Yes.
And that's linked to your realestate.com domain, that kind of stuff. But if you don't want that, that's perfectly okay. What we'll do is we'll change that back to your H2O property email address, so you don't get too many email boxes to check.
Yes.
Okay, so that's done. But just to let you know, you do get it's a Google Suite account. So not just the email, you do get free Google Drive. There's a software called Hangout, which is a bit like a video conferencing software. You get access to Google Calendar, which is synced as well across to your open homes. It is quite a good software if you want that to use that. Agent resources, pretty quickly. I don't know if you've logged in already. This one, so agent resources is just at agents.oxbridge.com.au.
Yes.
There's I think there's something like 4 gigabytes of stuff in the back end. There's a lot of stuff. So agent resources where agents come obviously for any resources. And then obviously the setup instructions and the whole setup orientation on loading sort of calendar thing. So if you click on resources, there's an onboarding software, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So the agent material is basically you get examples of business cards, you can get planners from top agents, some listing tools, how to prospect online, for example. I'll click on this one, just click it randomly. There's a whole bunch of things, scripts you can use as well. Agent scripts and dialogues, there's quite a few of them. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's apps you can download. This one I use a lot. It's a 90 IQ, 90-day reckoner. It gives you the 90 days from today or from the day of your listing. Depreciation calculators from BNT, for example. There's a whole bunch of stuff. You do get a free website as well. This is one of our agents on the Gold Coast, which I just pulled up. They've got a co-branding thing going on. They have a team of 8 people. So it's a partner team, and then you can see their listings. They've got quite a few listings. So that's something that we do. So this is software for free. So if you have a hosting service at the moment and that's about to expire, you can come over and we can host it for you. Not a problem. We do give people a standard template as well on the website, but I think you've already got a website. So that's
yeah, we have it.
Basic. Yeah.
Yeah. We can take benefits in the co-branding, can't we, later? Absolutely.
Yeah. So they've done a good job co-branding themselves on the Gold Coast, and they so Lindsay and Michelle were principals. Well, I suppose they're still principals in some sense, but they had a whole team of people with First National, but obviously the cost structure didn't make sense, so they came over and joined us. That's the resources. Another thing about resources, obviously, the onboarding, all the trust account details. Here we've got trust account in every single state. Building rent roll, business sales, want to do business sales. CoreLogic has got tons of training. Tons and tons. And there's actually live training. I think there's one next week or something. There's one next week on direct marketing, which is our subscription to the phone numbers. So we've got a direct marketing subscription across the country, which allows us to get the 7 million phone numbers of CoreLogic. So that's a bit special. So someone's doing training on that. DocuSign, Eagle CRM, FAQs, graphic design, G Suite, Home Pass, Josh Vegan's training stuff, different legislations.
Gal, you wanted to ask a question about Home Pass, didn't you? Yes. What was that? I got through to you yesterday.
It's okay. You can always email support. And certainly you can always call us if you want. And then close my emails. And then obviously we can get back to you as soon as we can. But this one is particularly quite relevant. And the part of the onboarding training is to get people to use these resources. The Osprey weekly leads, a little bit special. We I don't know if you saw, but we do have a patent. The patent is pretty cool. So if you go into weekly resources and then weekly lead access, you get a link to a Google Drive. This one, 100%. These weekly lead resources are sourced from the internet via special software. So what we've done is we've gone to places like Gumtree, Flatmates, for sale by owner websites, whole bunch of stuff on the market listings, and we're able to get the mobile phone numbers of the people on the market, the vendors. I don't know if you've seen that list, but not yet. So I'll show you quickly. But this list is we called yesterday through Brisbane. We have his number. It turns out he's a major developer, so we're going to see them this afternoon. But you'll see this list is got like 1,000 leads weekly basis. It's updated every single Monday at 9 o'clock automatically. So what the list does is these are all real listings with real ads. Some of them are expired, and most of them are ODMs, on the market listings. They include both rentals and sales. So all you have to do is obviously scroll to a suburb that you're interested in. But I'll take one in Northern Territory. So if I like this address somewhere, 139,000, that's the owner's number right there. And obviously, a lot of prospecting because in real estate, as you know, right, a lot of people spend time prospecting. But this cuts it down. This cuts it down to a minimum. And so all you have to do is obviously give them a call and see if you can list the property. Very, very easy. So yeah, so look, you just go through the list, and then obviously you get a listing and then obviously sell it or rent it. Yeah, little rentals as well. Yeah. So that's individual RP data training. I'm pretty sure you guys probably know RP data background. But RP data itself is a whole bunch of knowledge in it. To show you real quick the stuff that in particular relevant to agents. And this thing here is the direct marketing tab. We have a national subscription. We're probably one of the largest subscribers in the country. So obviously our manager comes for a free training session. So you can get literally every single address in Australia. But if I also type in, Noosa. Very hot at the moment. If I type in Noosa, I can get, for example, telephone numbers of the owners under this tab here. It's called direct marketing. And you shall see there are numbers literally for people in the market, for rentals on the market. So the current numbers, so I can go to this place here, 116 Kana Drive, and I could call them because I have the RP data has their phone number. Rentals, the same thing. I can see the current rentals in the market with numbers, with phone numbers, and I can call them. So that's pretty cool, yeah. So with rentals, as you know, right, there's no exclusivity until you find the tenant. So I've got a number here for the owner of this property. And it's not on the no call register. Fantastic. That's something to know. And another thing to note is three tabs on the bottom: withdrawal, find lead, and listing over 60 days. This will find you the listing that you want to prospect for. So very, very cool. Real Works. Is there any questions about Real Works or Real REA forms that you guys okay with that?
No, that's fine. It's kind of like both since I've used those. If I spend a bit of time just sort of playing around. Yeah. So we do have DocuSign as well, which is used heavily. So with that, we can actually record our own signature.
Yes.
Just the one that was made up sort of initially.
Correct. Yeah. So we do have DocuSign. You could do two options. Obviously you can do it yourself, or you can send it to support and they'll do it for you. So DocuSign, we DocuSign pretty much everything: contracts, Form 6s, tenancy agreements. It saves running around, So yeah, it's pretty easy. Just we also have access to tickets as well, and that's also done through support. Only a few people have access to TikTok in the company, but it's all done for you. You send usually one form. Usually to use one form. We do also have an online application online if they want to use ours, but I think one form is probably the best. I'll show you something. So the website does have an online, and it's tied into the CRM. So when people submit this application, they go through this multiple step process. Here's one form. They go through this application thing, and it's all electronically.
Cool.
It's nice music in the background. I love that. Piano playing. Okay. The home pass.
It doesn't sound like we're just playing
Right. Right. That's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. HomePass. HomePass is our app. What that does, it records the inspections.
Yes.
And then what it does is sends out a text message to your buyers or your tenants.
Okay.
And in that text message, it's got the link to the e-brochure. So the idea there is obviously we can substitute paper brochures for e-brochures. Obviously, you can 100% print off brochures as you want. So the CRM does allow you to print brochures off yourself if you want that. Or obviously, you can download the PDF and send it to a printer, and they can do it for you. Property platform is our project software. And just property platform.realestate.com.au. Password. Okay. So what this is used for two things. One is used for off-market transactions. Because on this particular software, there's about 3,000 people. And what they do is they're people that have some influence over the property buying decision. So people like lawyers or financial planners or conveyancers or stuff like that. And what they do is obviously they get a small referral fee if they refer a buyer or a seller. So this is an example. This is one of my agents' property in Sydney. Our agent's property in Sydney. It's $20 million. It's off market, obviously, that's why it's here, not on realestate.com. And what happens is people can see this and they might say, look, I have a buyer who's interested in a development site in Terry Hills in New South Wales. I will approach the agent on this property. We also have this particular software is also used in projects as well. So this particular project here is actually one of our projects that we're currently developing, which is on the Gold Coast, Inspire. And so anyone can sell this.
Cool.
And vice versa. So if you were to put your project on here, and you want to give, say, the agents that come along a 3% commission, doesn't matter what you charge the owners, obviously you make a difference.
Yeah.
So just a way to sell projects in a way which is upmarket to a specific associate database.
Do you find that there's a lot of transactions going on?
Yeah, I mean, as you saw, I don't know if you've been looking at the WhatsApp group, but the WhatsApp group is a miniature version of this. So people put all kinds of stuff on there. Like I have a piece of land somewhere that's something by 20 buyers, and vice versa. In that WhatsApp group, you've got developers as well. So that WhatsApp group has some really big developers in the country, and what they do obviously because they need a constant of land and sites, and so we just try and match them up. But yeah, look, there's been a few major transactions, certainly for sure. So this for example is a project we're doing, and obviously if someone has a buyer, they come here, they can do the marketing collateral. They can download the contracts, all that stuff. As you know, you work in the industry, you know the project side of things. That's how it works.
So if we wanted to set up a new project in there,
yeah,
we would do that through Sport?
No, you have access to this already, Gail. I don't know if but it's probably associated with your Oxbridge email. So you probably have to check that. So you come along, you become an admin or a sales manager. You create a project. And you just load it. Yeah, and that's free to use. And obviously we're trying to help you sell more stuff. But it's just an affiliate program. And obviously, if other people want to join the software, if you've got people that have got some influence over the purchase decision, they can come along, 100%. CRM, which I think you have or someone has already. But the CRM itself is obviously a whole training session. But LCN looks like this. This one's just wet. LCN looks like this. It's called Eagles.
Yeah.
It's got 4 simple tabs. So it's got a marketing tab as well. You can send out brochures. But you can book in another session for Eagles, and then you can go for it. One of the coolest thing about this CRM is the automation feature. So I have a lot of this set up on my back end. So what happens is, people email me from realestate.com a domain. They get an automated message with a template. So I have some listings, for example, that don't have any prices on it. I would email them back automatically with a specific template, with a price maybe, and then with an open home time. Yeah, so I use a lot of automation, and because I don't have time to sit there to reply to every single email, it's automated. But the CRM really is quite easy to use. You just upload listing, and then it gets uploaded. So here's a listing from one of my agents, for example. I'll show you real quick. Intricately in Brisbane. You can see all his inquiries. We can see your inquiries. It's a 3-step process. So it's listing details, very easy. The details of the property, very easy. And you upload images, very easy. And your description, it's also very easy. You put all your Form 6s, that kind of stuff on here. Upload documents, and then you can set your inspection time very easily. And then it automatically goes to about 46 different websites. So that's pretty simple. You can do brochures as well. You can print your brochures off your opens if you want that automatically. You can send out marketing and update the reminders. You can run campaigns if you want. So someone ran a campaign recently, went to 20 recipients. You can run an SMS campaign if you want to. But the software itself, I think it's another training session, but it's fairly intuitive, and you will see when you use it. It's pretty easy to pick up. Okay. Digital Central login, which I think you have. You just have to double check that. Digital Central is one of our suppliers. Yes, 100%. Right. Okay. No, you should have more. Yeah, you should have much more. I think what happened was, I think you have an email address at Oxbridge, but because you're not using it, I think we said, I think we had all the software access going to that email address. But it's okay. We will change that to your current email address, which is, I think, lisa@gilhunter.com, right? So are you? Yeah. We know. But this is just we use about 3 different suppliers across the country. We chose these 3 because number 1, they're national, and number 2, they've got a standardized pricing policy. So in other words, the signboard in Perth is exactly the same as the signboard in Noosa, and it's the same price. And because we went to them with a bulk offer, so the prices are quite low. But look, it's very easy to order. You can order this yourself. You can order a whole bunch of stuff. You can order. Yes. So you just have to let them know your template. So to do that, you need to maybe design a signboard first. So we do that for you, or you can do it yourself. And then you upload the image, and they will send you a proof, and you approve it, and then it gets printed. So look, I mean, signs are very easy. What are you going to sign? You're going to sign, and then you just order a sign. You can order brochures. You can order other products as well. You can order your A-frames as well. you can order a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so this is the master account. There's so much in here, but the agent's account will have a lot where you can order a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
So this is a sign that was shipped recently. Someone ordered a sign from somewhere. That's our sign, but you can customize that if you want. Not a problem. ABC is the other provider that we work with. ABC is fairly similar. Photosign.com.au URL. ABC Photo Signs. Photo Signs. Login. You should have an account ready. If not, you can contact support. They will definitely set one up for you. It's just compare different prices. So you can generally the stationery, the signboards are fairly cheap. They are $66 per board, and you just create a new property, you populate the property, and then you can then order the sign. So you can do shift the existing orders. So you can do, I don't know, we could do signboards, we can do photography, we can do floor plans. So someone order something at somewhere, Barra, this is Victoria.
Yep.
So they order a floor plan plus pictures, 10 pictures and a floor plan. The pictures are $99 and the floor plans are $79. That's quite cheap. But it's exactly the same as Digital Central. So just a price comparison. Managed app, our property tree for property managers. I knew that you were more interested in this. So with your model, with the 9% split model, you will have to go to the managed app. So this is just an example of managed app. I think, Gail, you may have an account already. Just have to double check that attached to your Oxford Gmail. But again, we can change that to your gailhunter.com.au email. So no problem. But how managed works is it is a trust-free option. So I'm just taking a few examples here. So we do rooming as well. Rooming is a big thing. We do hotels as well, and because it's no trust, hotels work. So I'll pick two. So this one is a standard general tenancy, sort of our clients in Gayform. Very simple. Walk back in. Sorry. Gone to Gayform. There it is. Click on it. All right. So you can actually set this up yourself. So obviously, when you set this up, you have to click on new properties, and you have to populate. So obviously, you have to populate the address. You have to populate the vendor, which is in pink, and then the tenant, which is in blue. And so how it works is easy. You populate this. So this belongs to the company. 6.6. This is actually a friend of mine. It's got the lease. $420 a week. That's the tenant's email. First payment was 22nd of February. That's the bond. The RTA does have an automatic bond lodgement function. But I do have to say we got a lot of feedback. It isn't working too well so far. So we stick with just so we use the trust in conjunction with manage. So what happens is the tenant signs up. It goes into trust, standard 6 weeks, 4 weeks of that goes to bond, the 2 weeks gets receipted, and then we ask the tenants to then use managed for automatic debits. So there's 3 ways to pay on managed. Obviously, they can do BPay, they can do credit card, debit card, and they can do a direct debit from their account. It's
so if they use a credit card, then you charge the fee and the fee to it?
No, they charge the tenants. Yeah. So there's another. Yeah. So this is charged entirely by managed. I think it's only like 0.5 or 1%. It's very small. But there has been questions in the past, should that be in the Form 6 or the lease agreement? I think so, yeah. I think it has to be in the lease agreement that you've got a small charge. To avoid paying that fee, you can always use direct debit from your funds, from your bank account. I think fee pays $1 now per transaction. So there's a small, that's how they make money. But fee pays $1, and direct debit's free, and credit card it varies between your card. I think Amex is very expensive, but your Visa, your Mastercards, I think 0.5% or something. Very small, very small. Sorry.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So you've got in there field information. People are going to be able to see our information on that, or we only going to be able to see our properties?
You are only able to see your properties.
Okay.
Yeah, because you are the property manager. In fact, also I was asking Lisa, do you want a company email address in the sense that you can both log in to one common email address? Because how the system works is I can assign you a property manager, and only that person can see the property. So, for example, if you both are managing a property, right, and assign it to Gail, then only Gail can see the property. Right.
Should we have a H2O property?
Yeah. So that's just an example. Yeah. And that occurs. Like, for example, Lindsay, he's got a team of 7 to 8 people. He's got a common email address, and he's got individual email addresses.
That's what we need.
Yeah. So that's just something to take note. The way you do maintenance, so you're managing this yourself. It's very easy. You have a task. What type of task is it? A whole bunch of stuff, right? You can do bills, maintenance, reminders, improvements, lease renewals, condition reports, and these will pop up when it comes. You can have birthdays or send an email, all kinds of stuff. And then basically you can assign it to whoever you want, and then, whether it's urgent or whatever. And that will then go to the maintenance. So you have to organize, obviously, maintenance as well. Get the plumbers or something in there. And then you have to obviously fix the problem. Transactions. So this is how Manage works. Yeah.
Do you have any properties on the Sunshine Coast that are like 90, 10? So who does all the
So we have two types. So if you manage yourself, then obviously responsible for the inspections. If we are jointly managing it for you, we actually pay a company to do the inspections for us.
Okay.
So that I think it's not that expensive. I think it's $50 an hour or something. But obviously inspections not very often, right? It's only once a quarter. So they go along. We pay them $50. They come back with a picture and a report, and we send that to the landlord.
Oh, we were just looking at a way that we could generate more income. That's all.
So here's another thing though. If you want to, you can actually do the inspection report for us. Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Well, with all of where it's going, we should be able to offer those services.
That's it. You should advertise that too. There's a lot of people out there that got properties that don't want to manage properties. I've got a gentleman that he just sold something. The new buyer says, "Can you manage it for me?" He says, "Look, I'd rather not manage it for you personally, but I'll refer you to someone else." So it's things like that. And then obviously with the lead list, you can certainly try and get a few rentals from there as a BDM. So I'll just quickly show you how this works in terms of payments. So once it's set up, really, it's very, very easy. There's no receipting at all. So these guys have been going from, where is it? So this is the first payment since March. So what happens is it's 420. Money comes in, right? And then money goes out. The money goes out obviously to Patrick, a friend of mine, is the landlord. Minus our commission. So I charge the special mates rate, 6.6%. And then obviously, so this guy pays this guy through us minus the commission. And then the commission automatically gets deposited in your bank account every time they pay. So I quite like managed, but there's a lot of people out there that don't like technology, so they stick with property tree, which is fine. It's just property tree is you just have to sit there and receipt it and a whole bunch of stuff. How managed deals with bills, because there's no trust. All the bills that get put through, the landlord or the tenants directly pays for it. So that's something to note. So we have something called a wallet. You could set this up. The wallet basically is a way. It's like your maintenance fund. So the owners deposit money into this if they want. So you can have 2 weeks. So you can have 840 in here. And what the wallet does now, because it's not held in trust, you can use that. So they get deducted this amount directly from their bank account if they approve a bill. Right. So in the traditional method, money sits in trust, bill gets paid through trust. In the new world, bill gets put through, the bill gets approved, the money gets deducted from the vendor or from the tenant, depending on the bill. That's how it works. So there's no money going through trust. Yeah. So I mean that's a great system, right? That's a good system. So ultimately, the landlords obviously they want to be annoyed with bills, but it's just a matter of proving it, which they have to do anyway, and the money gets taken out of the bank account automatically. Yep. Financials. So this is the statements. So we can do financial year. So I'm sure this. We can do weekly kind of statements. So the statements is instantaneous. Yeah. So the idea is Patrick, my landlord, a friend of mine, he can log on anytime he wants and send a statement to his accountant. So rather than every 2 weeks or twice a month or whatever, these guys can log on. It's an intuitive thing. If they can't log on, then we can send it to them manually. But that's the idea. Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, so I missed that question. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, but that's easy. You just print this off as a PDF and you just email them. Yeah. So obviously this guy Patrick, he lives in Victoria. He has absolutely nothing to do with the property. We email him statements. I've set this up so automated. It's automated, so he gets the email statements every week. Well, every time someone pays, then it's emailed to him. It sounds like a grandkid or something. Granddaughter. Yeah. Okay. So this. Great. Excellent girl. Excellent. So this gives you a management fees. It's very, very clear. We take out whatever management fee every time. It's $27. Every month we take about $200. It's all there. Inflow, outflow. It's very clear.
So the landlords get a login for their property, do they?
Correct. Yeah.
And you know that how to do that, Lisa? You've got that? I'll go through it, and once I get access to the system, I'll do it.
Yeah. Once you set this up, it's pretty easy. I mean, it probably takes you an hour to get an understanding of the software. Yeah. Once you set this up, then it's pretty easy.
I guess I'll probably set up each one with the form 16 because you obviously have the so you guys can watch the form.
That's correct. That's correct. Now, yeah, that's right. So we have this thing. So in Queensland, it's a little bit behind the rest of the state. In New South Wales, Victoria, for example, there's automatic lodgement of bond electronically. So basically, the software will look after that. But here, you know, we have to go through trust. Yeah, we have to go through trust. Yeah, we have to go through trust. Now, what else is there? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And there's a hotel management software. I don't know if you want to get into that. Oh, sorry, I was going to say there's rooming as well. So I'll give you an example of rooming. So this is rooming. So each property, each room is treated as a property.
Yes. With our property staying close to the hospital, we could easily have a tenant that wants a roommate as such that wants to advertise my name. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is definitely possible. The rooming, again, is a different form, 19A. Again, if you send it to, they can actually do the lease agreements for you. Because rooming is a little bit more complex. You need house rules. And you do.
I do have a little bit of experience with.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And you need to give them the RTA handbook as well. So this is rooming as well, and there's a whole bunch of rooming. We have a whole bunch of roomings. Rooming is great. We charge. So this one's 8.8%. Usually it's more than that. Usually rooming is 11%.
Wow.
Yeah. Usually rooming is 11%, and usually.
The common areas.
Yes. Yes. So you can obviously get the landlord's permission to do that. There's a whole bunch of cleaners out there that could do a quick clean, or $25 an hour, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah. But I think apart from that, because you are managing yourself, the Manage app is probably the best option. We do have another software called Our Property, which is great also. That is a software that I think is probably not as easy to use as Manage. Manage is more intuitive. Inspection software-wise, we have Our Property, and then we have REI Live.
Or is it REI
Live? Yeah, which is their inspection software. REI Live, ION Inspect or something. REI Inspect, yeah. IM Forms Live and REI Inspect. It's an app. Inspect Live or something. There we go. Inspect Live. Yeah, it's just that as a subscription. You can download the app. You can put your login in there, and then it connects to your RealWorks, and you can then download the form. You can then DocuSign the form to the landlord or the tenants. Yeah, that's how we do inspections. But that's it really. Keep it within an hour. Do you have any questions? I know it's quite extensive, but as you progress, you will see all the softwares are fairly easy to learn, and then we've got a support team that's happy to help you.
Yes, and I think that's great. I think probably the first thing I think is to have the access to something I will be able to look through.
Yeah. So with that property lease that you've got tenant for, I think the next thing is to set it up on managed.
Yes.
And then you have to set the start date, the end date for property tree, because we have to exit them from property tree, and then we have to put them into managed. So it's like a solution we have for trust.
Okay, so are we talking about after the first 2 weeks?
Correct. Yeah, because they're paid 2 weeks in advance, right? Yeah. So whenever that 2 weeks is up to, we will set the end date, so we'll terminate the lease on property tree. And then we will then, obviously, you have to give them new account details, new BPay payment methods. They will start paying from there, and then everything should be set up pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah, easy.
I'll work on getting it set up. In Eagle first?
No, the Eagles is more for advertising properties, more for your portal pushing. Yeah. But once you've got tenants, have you done an inspection report?
Inspection report.
Yeah.
What I had to do manually was before we got access to the program.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. No, that's okay. Next time we can actually use the app. That's much quicker, and just take a few pictures and get them to sign it. Yeah. Okay. So good. Any other questions I can answer?
My question is regarding developers.
Yeah.
So if we were going for a new development
Yeah.
with another developer,
Yeah.
RGZ is, going dust isn't we there for salary, whatever. But if we were going to a new developer,
Yeah.
how in simple forms, how would you sell our association with Oxbridge to that developer in order to win a developer sale?
I would say firstly size. We're a lot bigger than most franchisee agencies. Because we're over 200 people. So obviously someone's got a buyer somewhere. That's number one. Number two is we hold investment events, which I think you should maybe take a look at. So I'll be organizing for the next one. But an investment event is shall we do so this is an event that we organize along with the developer, Competitor Properties, and Mercedes, and basically it's just an investment update on a monthly basis. So these are qualified buyers. And so they come along, and we also do a lot of guarantee returns in terms of rentals. So obviously, if an investor buys these things, then we can obviously guarantee the return. And we also do.
That's guaranteed through Oxbridge.
Yeah. So obviously it needs to be approved, but obviously it depends on the property. But we also do rooming, and we also do short-term hotel management, which increases the yield. So rooming and short-term is certainly something that not everyone touches.
Yeah. Well, up here they sort of sell off the management rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, some do short-term. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I would say two things, and probably the third thing is obviously that real estate platform that we have for the affiliates. Not only do we have a lot of agents, we also have a lot of affiliates in the network, which they can also sell for us as well. And I suppose the last thing is, free marketing. If you want to do a free marketing thing with them, that's always good. A lot of the major projects, like I've worked with quite a few of the major project people, they will charge thousands and thousands of marketing. Whereas we can cut the cost down for the developer. Yeah, that's an example, Gail. Cool. All right.
Do you have anything like snapshot that could go with the presentation, for instance?
Yeah, we definitely do. I just realized Lisa dropped out. We definitely do. We definitely do. We've got brochures as well. We've got sorry. Sorry, Lisa, I'm going to merge you back in. Yeah, so now Lisa's back. Sorry about that. So yeah, we have brochures. The question was, do we have brochures? How do we win developer contracts for exclusive sales? So I was saying, the size of the agency, size of the affiliate network, free marketing, investment seminars. But we do have brochures definitely in the resource page, which you can find somewhere. It's in the resource page under Oxbridge marketing brochures.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously you can download that. You can edit to your heart's content. You can change things. You can add things to it. You know, and then obviously you can try and market that as a developer.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good.
Now, just quickly, to get your logo and everything put on our site, if that's the way we go, is that downloadable in all the formats somewhere, or?
100%. So resources.
Okay, so just check resources. Yes.
Oxbridge something like that. There you go. High definition logo.
Right. Yeah.
Just download that. Yeah. Still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Excited.
Good. Excellent. So thank you for coming on board again. Any questions, please let us know. Sydney is also there to help us. But you know, we've got a fairly big support team as well.
Yep.
So good. Good.
All right.
Excellent.
Very informative. We'll get our head around all of that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sure in no time will be masters.
Looking forward to it. Fantastic, girl. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay.
Thanks, girl. Have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, shit. Another question. Good. Did you want to call? Do you want to speak on something or? Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that we can get the I'll get the email through and I can get started straight away.
As an Oxford email, or do you want to use your email?
If I could use mine,
yeah,
that'd be great.
done. Easy. Yeah. We'll do that now.
Yeah,
thank you, Lisa. Welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. I do that for every single person.
Oh, you would. Crazy.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to shut this down. Okay, now where is the resource page?